Good afternoon, and thank you very much for the introduction. I got a signal when I should enter the stage. Unfortunately, I don't understand Japanese. Yeah, when I asked the colleagues of Linux Foundation this morning how many participants are coming from the automotive industry, I was pretty surprised because roughly 40% of the audience is coming from the industry. And most of you will be potentially surprised that GENIVI is invited to such an event and such a summit. But Jim already mentioned it. Last Friday there was a press announcement that GENIVI chosen the MeeGo software platform for next generation development. And mainly there are three reasons for that. All of the three reasons had been already mentioned in the discussions beforehand. It's the innovation, the technical innovation MeeGo is providing. It's about the cross-architecture build environment, which is required in the automotive industry. And of course, it's about the connections into the open source community and the rich contributors which are available, although MeeGo is pretty new. That's the reason why GENIVI chose the MeeGo platform for next generation. And I just want to go through the way of how GENIVI thinks about the industry and why GENIVI as an initiative was founded and is pretty successful up to now. So this is the agenda we are walking through in the next half an hour, 40 minutes. Most of you, as 40% are coming from the industry, are pretty familiar to the transition, which is a transformation which is actually ongoing specifically in the IVI industry. Many of the traditional tier 1 suppliers are struggling with the rich need for features which you see on the left-hand side. There's rich capabilities in terms of new processing power for image sensor processing. Think about traffic sign recognition, night vision, and this stuff, which is processed and already displayed in IVI systems. You have a tremendous need for multi-radio connectivity, independent which standard you're using, whether it's WiMAX, 3G, Wi-Fi, or others. The continuous need for differentiation on the HMI, multimodal HMI, human-machine interface, where the car manufacturer itself differentiates from the other, although the technology underneath is the same, whether it's voice, whether it's gesture, whether it's just touch. And of course, the fact that you need to have connectivity, the security, data security, when you are always connected to the car. On the other side, you see the business goals. Really exploding software complexity needs very professional management of the software. And many of the traditional suppliers in the industry are struggling exactly with that. Besides the fact that software is exploding, there is a tremendous need to lower the cost and to increase and to fasten up in time to market. There is competition outside there with handheld devices, which almost provide already all the features you will have and you will need in the infotainment system as well. Other needs, for example, integrate content, services, and applications in order to open new revenue models. So the game is changing, and it requires a real new approach, an approach to new architectures, an approach to get access to expertise in the consumer industry, in the software industry, to manage this complexity, to set up partnerships in order to manage this complexity, and of course also a new approach to standards. Now, a year ago, I traveled with my colleagues from GENIVI, with the president, Graham Smethurst from BMW, Joel Hoffman from Intel, who is the marketing director of GENIVI, and the executive director. We traveled through Japan. It was 14 months ago. And I probably met some of you in various meetings. At that point in time, it was just 2 months after launch of GENIVI Alliance. We had 10, 11, 12 members. Now look at this. So this is for me a confirmation that the industry understands and thinks heavily about Linux and the changing business models required in order to solve the needs of their customers. Across the industry, and really coming out from the industry and all layers of the supply chain, we will have members now, and we are close to 80 companies of members right now. Six automakers, 11 main tier 1 suppliers, and a lot of suppliers in the operating system, ISV domain. And within the silicon vendors, basically the who is who. Everybody is there. The other thing, when we traveled around last year and had several meetings in order to acquire some new members, at that point in time we had just members out of Europe and North America. And it's amazing within a year how many companies out of Asia also joined, and this is again a confirmation for me. This is not just a very local, geographic local problem, this is a worldwide problem in the industry. So a significant footprint in Asia is already there in GENIVI Alliance. Almost a third of the members are coming from this region. So it looks like you have the same problems as the others. Funny thing, we have had already 2 members meetings, and there's always the need and the request from the members itself. How is this initiative perceived in the industry? What is the reaction out of the industry to this alliance? Linux technology is new for the industry, for automotive industry. And as well, there are many examples. Jim presented this in his keynote in the beginning. In other industries, there is a specific need and there is a specific level of safety critical applications, and the combination of both consumer and real-time environment automotive related applications which we have in the industry. Although the car is just a mobile device, like a handset, and a nice mobile device, there are some specific needs there. So we made in the GENIVI Alliance, we started a questionnaire. We are continuing this, and the total results are presented beginning August to the membership. And just to get a real feedback from the market, we are not asking just members of GENIVI, we are also asking members outside across all the supply chain of the industry. The interesting thing is that, and this reflects already the presentations up front and the discussion and the panel discussion up front, the majority of the respondents project that GENIVI, and GENIVI here is to be seen in the sense of Linux for automotive. It's the voice for Linux from automotive. And Microsoft will dominate the marketplace in the next 5 to 10 years. And in the longer term, GENIVI will take over and will become the dominant player. And this is several reasons for that. The other thing is that micro-ITRON, so real-time operating systems like micro-ITRON and QNX, will exist, but in niche markets. Now, when I just turned the hat on from the company I'm coming from Wind River, it's a confirmation for our strategic decision, which we did already a couple of years ago when we started this initiative together with Intel and BMW in 2006, the pre-initiative for GENIVI. So we are still providing our VxWorks operating system into the market. Nevertheless, it's drastically decreasing, and we are looking forward to leverage our know-how from other industries with embedded Linux into this industry. So it totally reflects this respondent from most of the members.